people in. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say hello to everyone here in person as well as online. Thanks for joining us this morning. A couple of quick announcements before Geshe Gelik gets here of some exciting things that are coming up. We have a very busy spring, which is wonderful. So this Saturday, February 24th, we're going to have another Medicine Buddha Puja here in the Kadampa. So a Medicine Buddha Puja is basically a healing prayer service or a healing ritual. For ever since COVID started, we've been doing those online. So we're excited to do one finally again here in person. It will also be offered online as well, though. So join us for that. That's going to be again Saturday, February 24th, starting at noon here in the Kadampa and online. And then on Sunday, the 25th, we have a potluck. Is Geshe here? Okay, yeah, Geshe has arrived. So see the calendar, because there's lots and lots of fun things coming up.
Please turn to page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book, and we'll chant Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra, Medicine Buddha, Birds of Praise and Mantra, and the Four Measurables. They're all on page 34. Te ata mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata mune mune maha munaye soha. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the three poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha Lapis Light. Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Okay, I'll now go to page 37, and we'll chant Chenrezig, verse of praise and mantra, and then the green tar verse of praise and mantra. First, the one for Chenrezig, not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings. To you, Chenrezig, I'll sing one I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tutare liberates from the 8 fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to Liberator Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Now go to page 34, and Geshe will lead us in the refuge and bodhicitta prayer.
Sanje choda soje chono. Nage cheshe jeme sanam je bala. Sanje choda soje chonam la chanjo. 去先界别三能界罗拉贝那那三界去打错界就讲究把那大概去先界别三能界罗拉边界三界。好的，那边那面前我们到家见了说，直接叫了，叫我这帮那么三界送了什么东西。你大学要当别去年今年这些年，那么来个那么那么那他们这阶段大概确定都刚给土地年说的，到他们这方面他们去年，我他们讲了这样子。Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Please, would you mind take maybe a few moments to maybe introduce? So then after that, I'll start class, okay? Good morning, Venerable Tenzin Lamo. Good morning. Good morning, Monica. I hope you are feeling better. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Suzanne. Thank you for your message. Good morning, Meredith. Good morning, Giovanna. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Josephina is always hiding. Good morning, Marcelo. Thank you very much for translating. Thank you. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Inhead. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Susan, Daniel.
Okay, everyone, if you can wrap up your hellos and make your way back to your seat. Thank you, everyone online, for your patience. Got a full Gampa today. It's quite nice.
Thank you. So last, I think, 2 Sunday, I'm trying to explain. I'm trying all my best to explain. Gomji Nyamle. So this is like, this book's like the teaching that given by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and that now translated from English into Tibetan. So usually you translate from Tibetan to English. So this one translated from English into Tibetan, called Gomji Nyamle. Gom means meditation, Nyamle practice of meditation. So today, like that's what I've been doing like last 2 Sundays. That's what I'm trying to explain. So now here, I think three important questions that rise. First, what is meditation? What is meditations? Maybe you have ideas, you heard, maybe you read, maybe you went some kind of meditation groups. So there's the first important question, what is meditations? So then, then why we meditate? Why? What we are hoping to achieve from meditations. These three questions is quite important. Particularly, the humans are the one who's trying to meditate. I think animals usually don't meditate, even though they sit like meditation positions perfectly well, but they don't meditate. Probably they are thinking about nuts. That's not the best meditation. So, yeah, what is meditations? Something to think about, something to think about. In Tibetan, the word is called gom. Gom means like, if you dig a little bit deeper, it's called gom, means making familiar with something that you are not familiar, never thought about. Then the purpose that described in the teachings, gom-top nimochungas, gom, meditations, top, power, nimong, disturbing thought, we all have. There's nothing to shame about admitting it, because we all have. We can't just pretend, I don't have disturbing thought. Not true. We all do. That is the fact. Regardless, Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, atheist, believer, not believer, it's hard to believe that you always think something positive. That means you are enlightened. So that means you have no longer go through problems. If you realize that maybe you are enlightened, then you don't need meditations. Nyumung chungwa means less disturbing thought. Your life will be better off. Whether you are consider yourself as a religious person or not, believer or not, it doesn't matter. You have less disturbing thought, your life will be better off. People around you, they also like energy that comes out of that benefits everyone. People are not afraid being around you because you have very little disturbing thought. That means first of all, yourself has been less disturbed. We are good at putting sign. When we go to hotel, we put sign, don't disturb, on the handle. So when you really think deeper, what that really means that you don't want to be disturbed physically. If somebody hit you, that's probably not good. You don't feel good. What they really means that you want to be peace. You don't want to be someone to disturb mentally. So, Gomtop Nyumocho, according to the teachings, the definition and the purpose of meditation, the way they summarize is like less disturbing thought. The life will be better off. So, it is an ancient method that's been practiced thousands of years. It's not something new. So, in my personal point of view, I don't have any experience. Don't assume, oh, he's like a great meditator. No, I'm the probably worst meditator. Out of the 5,000 monks from the monastery, I'm probably the bottom of the bottom. But I do have some intellectual understanding because I did studies quite hard. For 35 years, I studied at the monastery. So I think I'm like qualified to talk about the subject because I did study. So meditations helps because it's the ancient method. So many different methods we use. It's not like we never use. Like when our lives trouble or when you are not happy, what we do all kinds of things. We drink, we probably do that different kind of substance, we rely on that and try to numb our feeling, doesn't work. It probably works short time, but it do more damage than good, we all know. Like relying on external method, I have very little experience. I never did it in my life. I was drunk when I was 6 years old. 6 years old, I was very much drunk. First time, so when I was 6 years old. After that, that's the first and last. It doesn't mean that every 6-year-old kid in my hometown drink alcohol. No. That was accident. That was driven by pure desire for sweet. Our alcohol has sugar. Homemade alcohol has sugar. That homemade beer supposed to be offering for the monastery. So before my parents offer, it went here, most of them. So then I got. After that, I have no experience. So just heard, seeing people, talking to people, kind of find out not the best method that we use. So meditation helps you to accept the fact. There's a number of facts. First one, life is not perfect, even though we act like it's not perfect. Every life, human life, or from the broader point of view, every life has complications. No life is perfect. That's the one thing, that's the fact. It's not like, that's the fact. So meditation helps you to understand that fact quite clearly. So from that understanding, what you gain is like lack of that understanding, we have this unrealistic expectation for this life. There's many unrealistic expectations. They will eventually disappear because now you realize fact. So then top of that, every human, we go through a challenge. Meditation helps you to how to handle that challenge and overcome from that challenge. Those challenge, some of them related to the physical meaning doesn't mean like this body. Physical means senses. You see shape, color, sometimes happy, sometimes not happy. Hear sound, sometimes happy, sometimes the sound disturb your mind. Smell. Some smells makes you happy, some smells make you problem. Taste something, touching something. These are all physical. We got pain from there. From that, we got a degree of pleasure from that. But in order to get the degree of pleasure, we go through probably, let's say you get 1 inch of pleasure, then we go through 1 foot of struggle just to get 1 inch of pleasure. That's the life. There's nothing, I say. Yeah, if we don't think, so meditation doesn't mean always sit like this. There are many different kinds of meditations. This usually, people sit like this, that they're usually for like a single pointed meditation does require sitting properly. So then you focus on one single object and trying to make your mind calm. What this meditation does, this meditation minimizes the thought, minimize your thought. And eventually, there will be less thought because you are like focus is becoming stronger. So you are only focusing on one single object. That's the way to minimize your thought. Then hopefully that you have only one thought, one strong thought. Now, of course, thought pops up here, pops up there, but main thought that you are single pointedly focusing on this object like that. Could be flower, could be image, all kind of things. Other meditation, you don't sit like this. You could be walking, doing dishes, cleaning, thinking. That's a very strong form of meditation, thinking. So, many things, as, is not the environment we are in is not the best. Yeah, honestly speaking, it's not like paradise. It's not like paradise. Why? In this room, probably like 50 people. We all think not same thing. We all have our own interests, our way of thinking, or our way of believing things. That's why it's complicated. It's very complicated. So meditation helps from my point of view, my personal point of view, by reading, studying. Meditation helps you to accept the reality, understanding fact very clearly. So then whatever challenge, because you already know there is challenge. It's not like, it's not, life is not fair. It shouldn't be like that. Life is like that. It's not perfect. It has complications. There's a complication at the birth. When we are born, there's complications. We all know. You don't need religions to understand that. You all know. After that, what happens? We get older and older. Nobody gets younger and younger. That is the fact. Nothing to be afraid, nothing to be unhappy. That's the part of the package. Then what? Then complications. Then we get sick. Here, there, you get sick. That's what expected. It's not surprise. That was expected. Then eventually die. Everyone. So this is all part of the process to die. So then these are the four human complications. Everything that breathes, the same problems, four complications. Top of that, we humans have extra, unfortunately. Losing loved one, that was expected. It's not a surprise, or not somebody just made it for you. It's not like that was part of the life. Then encountering someone you don't like, that was expected. Something that you badly want, there's no guarantee. There is no guarantee. You need to understand that. Otherwise, you beat up yourself, you look down on yourself, you blame yourself, you blame somebody else. There's all kind of problem. Lack of that understanding. Means object that you desire for. Then what do? You work hard to achieve that. Then people fail. What we do, we blame yourself, somebody else, look down and feeling like a low, feeling down, all that, unnecessary. Oh. So, does that means you should not try? No. You can try. At the same time, you need to be fully aware it may not happen. Now the question is, when it doesn't happen, what do? You can just move on. Very good. So need to learn from that fact. So that's why I'm saying the meditation helps you to understand the fact. There's, you may feel you have all the control, but reality, we don't. So there's nothing to shame about admitting that and work with that, then just move on. There's another thing. Third, there's an extra that. So then the feeling of loneliness as we human, we do feel lonely time to time. That was part of the life. Don't ever think there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, of course, when you look at the samsaric point of view, in Buddhism, what they call samsara. There's a Sanskrit word, Tibetan word called korwa, means cycle. We go through the cycle. Is there something we can do? Yeah, the cycle can be stopped. That's why Buddha, after when he was enlightened, Buddha taught Four Noble Truths, showing us there's way out. There is way out. If you put some effort, if you are seriously interested, oh, I don't want all of this. The way to overcome all of this is not to blame or fight or finger pointing. All these techniques not helping us. It's like dragging us deeper into the cycle. So there's way out. That's why Buddha taught Four Noble Truths, showing us way out. First, Four Noble Truths, English, Four Noble Truths. Yeah, maybe Venerable Lam will speak better English than I do, so probably it sounds much better.
The truth of suffering, the truth of the causes of suffering,
Cessations.
the satiety, and then the noble eightfold path.
So, some people say, oh, Buddhism likes to talk about suffering. No, that's not true. Why any human like to talk about suffering? Why? Doesn't make sense. Or look at the teaching Four Noble Truths. The first one, the truth of suffering, is necessary. It's necessary. We humans talk about universal compassion, peaceful world. How that will happen? How? What is the foundation for universal compassion? What's the foundations? Maybe so the way they translated the Four Noble Truths of suffering, in my mind, I'm not sure what kind of image you are getting, what kind of information you are getting when you hear the word suffering. If you are thinking of pain, then you are not getting the full picture of that meaning of that word. It's not pain. Pain is part of it, but it's much more complicated than that, much more complicated than that. Then when you dig deeper, the first topic, first noble truth of suffering, in my mind is more like complications. Friendship, school, business, job, family, comes with the complication. Nothing is perfect. Just accept. Don't go out of your mind. Just accept. That's the fact. There's very little if you go against that, that's the fact. That's what's called samsara. So Dunga Dunga. So when you dig deeper in the first noble truth, Dunga Dunga, so like the way they translate suffering of suffering. If you look for noble truth, if you are interested, if you look up, Gyue Dunga, changing. Oh, chocolate chip cookie from Whole Food tastes so good. Like then you eat one, then you eat two, then you eat three, then you eat four, then you eat five, then number six, then you all comes out. Somebody, Philip, you say like the first cookie number 7. I think I'm also qualified. That's why I got diabetes now, because I eat so much cheesecake. So come here, talk about cheesecake, then people bring me cheesecake like this. I finish within 2 days. You can imagine that. Then chocolate chip cookies, the amount of chocolate chip cookie that I consume, probably you can believe. So the family, they're hosting me, so she goes to Whole Foods just to get the chocolate chip cookie almost every day. So I'm also hoping to get 2 of them, not just one. I always hoping that one other person may not eat it, that they have 2. So that, so then cookie number 7. So therefore I'm qualified to talk about chocolate chip cookie. I eat a lot of them. 7 and fast, different. Fast so good, then lack of self-discipline, or maybe I'm not sure what. It then, now next time when you see chocolate chip cookie, your interest is pretty much gone. Shifted for somewhere else. What is that? That's life. That's how things. That's what happens. So, hoping to satisfy by doing something, eating something, wearing something, never happened before. It's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen in the future. Satisfaction, contentment is the result or is the product by thinking, meditations helps you to achieve contentment, satisfactions, not like running here, running there. So, suffering of change. First moment, good. Second moment, needs to, change. Chapa Duje Dunga, the last one is a bit complicated to understand. It is like hard to understand. That last complication or suffering is very intellectual, it's hard to understand. Gaining experience, that's like always a little bit far away, but intellectual, having an intellectual understand. Chiba lakti tabu is, chiba lakti means palm. Duje dunga pumitos. So there is hair. In our palm there's hair, but you don't see. It's very hard to see. No matter how hard you look, you don't see. Doesn't mean nothing. There is hair there. Hair here, can see. It's very hard to see. Similarly, the last suffering is hard to understand like that, exactly like that. Even though it's there, even though it's here, you can see. Maybe you need what you call microscope. Microscope. So maybe there you are a lot of students here. Maybe you have access to the lab. So maybe put one day, won't take that long. Maybe a few seconds. Look, there's hair. So then maybe teaching's right. If there's hair, then you don't see it. The last suffering is hardest like that. Hard to understand. Like seeing the hair on your palm, it's like that. Complications. Mainly boils down on this life. Not perfect. It's not perfect. It comes with the complications. So you just try your best to move on and go with the flow. All of that required. Our overall solving our issues require a lot of wisdom, not just desire, wisdom, interest, or effort. Then you will see some result. Interest, effort, or dedication, then you see some result. Anything. Interest, first you have to have interest, then that will probably, you put some effort, then you will see some result. Anything, making pizza, you can't just sit like meditate, may there will be wonderful pizza, open your eye. That's not how pizza happens. Pizza, you make dough, you put whatever ingredients you need to put, then you bake. So based on your skill, then you get result. If you are expert, you are doing this again and again, probably you will have better pizza. Same thing, anything require effort. Nothing comes out without effort. So that is, what is that? That's a fact. That's the fact. So meditations, single-pointed meditations, analytical meditations, review meditations, you review, reminding yourself all these 8 types of human complications. You remind yourself day-to-day life, what is the benefit when it happens, you are less stressed, less disturbed. You know that right from the beginning. It's not surprise, it's no shock, you know. So then you move on. Then second things, we react. Not just react, we react super fast. We react. Our reaction is like lightning fast. It's not, reaction is not very weak, it's like overreact. Why all these things happening? Because we are not trained to think. We are not trained to think. That's exactly what happened. You know, when you look at animals, they react right away. They don't meditate. Are we doing the same thing? Maybe. So meditations helps when things happen. It helps you to be aware, and it helps you to take time. You're sitting, breathing, you're taking, sitting back, you're taking your time and thinking and calculating very precisely what outcome might be going to be looks like. Therefore, you don't react right away. So you get benefit. You let wisdom to take over. So then, you know, so all the complications, like similar things argue here, there, like that. So nobody really think, everybody react and overreact. So then the result, there's no good result. There's no good. We all did that. Has been there? Has been there? Huh? Yeah, been there, done that. Who said? Human said, not animal. Squirrel never said. Did you say that? No. We humans said that, been done that. Done that. How is it? Oh, been there, done that. Oh. So what that means, we don't think like we just say. We don't think been there, done. And we been again. We go there again. We go there again. Then we again say, oh, been there, done that. Then we go again. We go there again. That never really helps. No. So meditation is really, based on my tiny experience, it does help. So you don't react, you are thinking, assessing situations with wisdom and what is the best for. So that's why the third question, what we are hoping to achieve out of meditation. Of course, according to Buddhism, that goal is huge. You are hoping to achieve full enlightenment. That's huge. Second, that you are trying to achieve liberations. That you no longer go through all this, you no longer have disturbing thought. You have just positive thought. That can be achieved. Fully enlightenment can be achieved. Every human has potential to achieve that, but it's not just the result. The goal is not the result of simple wish. It requires consistent effort, meaning thinking. See, so that's what is meditations, why we meditate. What is meditation? I briefly explained. Why we meditate? Life is complicated. We go through the complications. What we do, through all the solutions that we use is not really helping. It's not really solving the problems. Solving the problems. Now need to look for alternative. Maybe there's better alternative that you don't need to throw up. So maybe you can be physically, mentally healthy. It's helping alternative. What is meditation? So why we meditate? In my view, I'm not sure what you think. In my view, it's complicated. I'm trying to overcome from a complication as much as possible in organic way, healthy way. That's why I try to meditate. Because this life is not perfect. My actions, my thought is like not my everybody else, if that matters. Thought and actions are like wild wave. You are in center of that, pushing here, pushing there, pushing there, pushing there, pushing up, pushing down, trying to survive. Not easy. That's the fact. Can't expect, everybody is going to be so nice, always smiles at you, tells you something good. That's not going to happen. Sorry. Yeah, you could say, life is perfect, not to worry. That's not true. That's lie. That's not true. That's lie. You don't get any benefit. So life is not perfect. Life has problems. It comes with the problems. Relationship. There's no perfect relationship. There's no perfect job. There's no perfect school. There's no perfect education. That's your idea. I'm sorry, it's going against the reality. So need to wake up. Time to wake up. So I'm not sure about what you are thinking, why we meditate. From my personal point of view, I am thinking, meditating, reviewing, hoping to overcome from complications. That's what I'm hoping. In the bigger picture, what are you hoping? Yeah, I'm hoping enlightenment. I'm hoping liberation, if that's possible. That's what I'm hoping. Then also realizing and knowing the definition of meditation is not something that people do. It's a kind of thing that people do in modern days. It's not one of those things that people do, or some kind of like fashions. It's not fashions. When you look at the definition, is to minimize your disturbing thought. That's why the first place we call disturbing thought. Why it's called disturbing thought? It disturbs you. Way before it disturbs anybody else, it disturbs you. Then it could disturb somebody else. This is nothing to do with religion. Disturbing thought is nothing to do with religion, regardless, believer or not believer, atheist. We all have. We are not like rock, no feeling, no emotion. We do react physically, as I mentioned, seeing, shape, color, smelling, hearing, tasting, touching. We do. What's that? That's human things. There's every living being that breathe. That's their thing. That's how they're trying to survive. That's what they use for five senses to get and maybe try to avoid something. But method, very mechanism we are using is not working. It's not working. So need to think alternative. Definition of meditation is to minimize disturbing thought. I understood that. So now I have some clue what is meditation. And when I do meditate and I know why I'm meditating, now I have some clue. Not just sitting like this. Like, look at that. I have squirrel in my backyard. They also sit like this. Some bird, they sit on 1 feet, much better than human, long time. In front of the leg, closing the eyes, single pointed. Now looking for fish. Not much better, probably ease the hunger. That's it. Not that part, single pointed. It's not just if that's helping you to minimize, subdue, eradicate disturbing thought, you are sitting is walking. You are sitting like this is walking. Otherwise, it's just completely waste of time. Better to go to the beach, lay down, it's much better. So it's like so serious, like, meanwhile they're thinking something negative. It's just 100% waste of your time, nothing good. So, unfortunately, there's no one answer to overcome from our human complication. Require a lot of knowledge. Think about what is impermanent? Change. Things change. People change. Interest change. Weather change. Fashion change. Why? It's changing. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Change. You can't blame somebody else because their interest change. If you're trying to stop that, you are going against the reality. You are never going to win. You end up with a lot of stress. That's all you get. Nothing else. Changing. Somebody comes and knocks down this, breaks. Don't go out of your mind. Things happen. People break things or unintentionally. So Milarepa, there's one of the great meditators. How many years ago? Yeah, a couple 100 years ago, Tibetan, called Yogi, one of the best Tibetan yogi. He has one clay pot, that's where he eats, drinks, and he just roams mountain to mountain, meditate. One day it's kind of raining, weather's raining, and it's time to get the water to maybe to cook his nettle. Understand nettle? Yeah. I think a little bit worse than kale. Not much, I think a little bit worse than kale. Kale? I think kale is the second category. Yes, falls into second category. So that's what Bilal will consume. You just get nettles, put in it, then cook, then probably eat. Then he's going down the creek, so they're trying to get water, then there's a kind of like rain season. He's probably asleep. Then he lost the control of the pot, then pot just hit on the piece of rock, broke. What he said? He said, it's right there, it's gone. It's the nature of impermanent. And he moves on. We don't move on. We may be looking for somebody to, first we're looking for somebody to blame. If you don't find anybody to blame, you blame yourself. Oh, how stupid, why you go this way? You could go that way. Blah, 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 never ends. Milarepa understood the fact. understood nature. Zatata is tata means, za means clear pot. It's right here, it's now gone. Nature was impermanent. Time to move on, can start the time to move on. Things happen. So that is like the meditations. So now here, a bunch of you came here today. So therefore, I already explained this meditation many times. I'm hoping maybe I'll explain again a little bit if there's some time. We have time. Yeah, a little bit. We have a little bit time. So in the text, it's called like the text that I remember by my heart is composed by one of the Tibetan masters called Penchen Lobsa Chujin, probably a couple hundred years ago. So and trying to do review meditations, in daily basis as much as possible. So then in that meditations, Master Penchen Lobsa Chujin said, this is the best method for beginner, meaning someone who never meditated, or maybe just trying to meditate a little bit here and there. It's a good method to keep their mind in the peace, keep their mind in the present moment, and making their mind calm. So before that, so how much time we have?
About 20 minutes or so.
Okay, so before that, so let me say something else. I want to share something to think about, because you're young people. Your life is just, so you have probably more life than I do. So you have more life ahead of you. So, and then everything that I explain will help if you keep your thought on that. It will help. So now there's another book is called Guide to Buddhist Way of Life, composed by Indian master Shantideva around 8th century. The book has been written around 8th century. In that book, something to think about, okay, something to think about. Dunga thorde semi chance. Dungal, complication, problem, suffering. Thor means overcome. Sem means wish or thought. Ye means help. We all possess a wish or thought to overcome from suffering. That is fact. Nothing to do with religion, that's just fact. Dunga to do same chance. Second line is kind of more hard to understand. Dunga to do same chance. Dunga nila ngombar juice. It looks like we are going for suffering. That's what it says in the second line. So now, wait. I don't go for suffering. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The first one make 100% dunga to do same chance. Chang means but. Chang means but. Even though same thing. Even though you have the wish to overcome from suffering, pain, complication, problem, difficulty, no matter whatever word you use, whatever word makes sense to you. Second line, dunga ni la ngombo juice, looks like you are just, ni means just, only. Looks like you're only going from suffering. That doesn't make sense. So what is trying to say? Something to think about. My answer, are you going only for suffering? My answer is no. But your answer is the same, it's very clear. Now, what is trying to say? Need to dig deeper. Very mechanism we use to overcome from problem, difficulty, complications. What kind of mechanism you use? There's not, you don't need to read, so we have experience. why you scream, why you shout, or why you did that. Maybe you're hoping to overcome from something. That's why you scream. Did you achieve something? Maybe no. Other probably screaming louder than you. So that nobody achieve anything. So second line is very important. Dunga ni languma, you are only going for suffering. So that line need to dig deeper. So what very mechanism we use. Is that true? Yeah, now I understand. Now I get it. When I feel threatened, when I feel somebody's not taking me seriously, when they don't respect me, what I do? What kind of mechanism I use to achieve that? You have experience, I have experience, I probably more have experience because I'm much older than you, but you have probably less experience, but you have some experience. Not finished yet, so there's 2 more lines. Dunga to do the same, Dunga ni language. Dewa de chance. Dewa means happiness. De means wish. Yeah, you wish, I wish. Everyone, or Tibetan, or American, doesn't matter what kind of clothes, I'm wearing robe, I still wish happiness. You are wearing different clothes, you still wish happiness, same thing. Clothes doesn't matter, look doesn't matter, belief doesn't matter, religion doesn't matter, you believe or not believe, or age doesn't matter. We all look for happiness. That's the fact. Dewa de chance. Timu base. Timu means ignorance. Ignorance. Rangi dewa, your happiness. Datar jom means you destroy your happiness like your enemy out of ignorance. Now think. Dewa dejang wish for happiness. I can take that. I can accept that. Makes sense. Timu base out of ignorance, destroy your happiness like your own enemy. Does that make sense at all? Opposite of ignorance is called wisdom. Wisdom is your thought. Has the ability to distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad. That particular thought is called wisdom. It has definitions. Sherab, the Namjiki Sherab is able to differentiate between what's helpful, what's not helpful. That's called wisdom. That particular thought called wisdom. The thought that stick on one object, what's that called? That's called concentrations. That's called concentrations. Every thought has definitions, or things, or samadhi, or something. So, what is lacking here? Wisdom is lacking. It's not, wish is not lacking. No. We have wish to overcome from suffering. We have wish to achieve happiness. There's nothing is lacking for the motivation. It's perfect. It's good. Goal, there's no guarantee. Why? The mechanism, we don't use wisdom. We use, it's like basically, I don't know. Long time ago, I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Actually, I was in Taos, have some meetings or teaching some there. So then flying back here to Santa Fe, Albuquerque. Person that, I have no phone, nothing, so that person drove me to the airport. I'm carrying this big frame. It can probably fit into my backpack or maybe the one that I'm carrying. When I was approaching to the gate, the person said, you can't carry this frame. I freak out. When you freak out, there's no wisdom. The wisdom is gone because you're all stressed out. You can't see things clearly. First thought that pops up in my mind is go to post office to mail. The post office is like, I have no clue. I've never been there before. No phone. I could have just put this frame into my backpack, so then finish. Just move a few feet, then put it there. Or maybe just buy a new bag right there, bigger bag, put everything into that bag, double bag, then just carry. So, but freak out. So then like all like what you call anxiety, fear, nervousness, whatever, they took over your life. Only solution you see, some solutions, then you don't see many solutions, you just see one solution, then you go for that. And it's kind of like that. So there's no wisdom. That's why I'm saying ignorance. Out of ignorance, you destroy your happiness like your own enemy. So please something to think about. If you are interested, maybe Venerable Hamula will point the book so you can read. This is all has what you call, according to Lama Yishi, becoming your own therapist. That's what it is, becoming your own therapist. So you don't have to believe in anything, but you have to believe in yourself. There's something you can do. You have to have faith in yourself. You possess Buddha nature. That if you put some effort, you can do. So that's what is needed. So the Alhamdulillah will probably. Yeah, Linda, you can read.
Sure. It's from Shantideva's Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. And it is, sorry.
Chapter, I don't remember chapter number. It has 10 chapters, but I don't remember which chapter.
I got it now. From chapter 1, The Benefit of the Awakening Mind, verse 28.
Yeah, chapter 1, somewhere there.
Although wishing to be rid of misery, they run towards misery itself.
Yeah, in Tibetan it's called just, not ran. You ran only for suffering. That word needs to be there because that's where in the root text, Dunga Nila, Ni means only, just.
Okay. Although wishing to have happiness, like an enemy, they ignorantly destroy it.
So please, think about, I'm not asking you to believe in anything, just, life is complicated. So just think it may help, okay? So now, few minutes left, back to meditation. So, some people say, think nothing. That's hard to do. Anyone knows how to do think nothing? Yeah, that's hard to do. So I was in Switzerland many years ago, went to one meditation. So basically that let you face right next to the, maybe 6 feet, not 6 feet, 6 inch from the wall. You just face there and sit there. So you don't know what's happening behind you. Maybe somebody's walking with a stick. I never did that meditation. That meditation is not working for me. I just stare at the wall. So anyway, so think nothing is nice thing to say, but reality, impossible. No, like impossible. No. So you think, according to this meditation, you think something, only one thing, not multiple things. One thing, then you focus. What happens? Right now, my inner world, my inside, meaning like a mental world, looks like murky water. I don't see, even though the nature of the water is clear, I don't see the nature of water. It's all mixed with the mud, means all kind of disturbing thought. That's exactly what I feel. So, it's not really mud or dust, it's your thought. So you sit, Nawa Pempe. Nawa means something that appears, appearances. That's called Nawa. Pempe means you can't really pinpoint, oh, this is book or there's that. There's nothing to pinpoint, but there's something that appears. But it has ability to appear everything, appear book, everything. But at the moment, nothing is appearing there is just like space, just empty space. That's what it looks like. There's no reflections. It's like clear mirror. There's no reflections. Mirror without reflections. That's what it looks like. That's exactly Nawa Pimbi. That's what it's called, Nawa Pimbi, like that. So now, what happens if you tell yourself, be aware of your awareness? What happens? You guide yourself. Elizabeth or John, be aware. How's the best way to say? What's the best way to say? Be aware of your awareness. I'm not sure like what you're getting. When you say that be aware of your awareness, like be aware of your awareness. And here, then frequently people say space between thought. What that looks like, space between thought. Maybe you have a better idea. There's a word frequently used in the Western world, but here also in America, people say space between thought. That's not it. That's not what it said in the text. What it says in the text is like appearances. It's not this or this, not that. More you look closely, it sounds like more like space. There's not much word to say. It's hard to describe. If somebody asks you to describe the taste of chocolate chip cookie, how are you going to describe? Tastes good, right? If somebody says, this tastes good, you say, absolutely, tastes very good, tastes fantastic. Explain how you're going to speak. There's not much word to explain. Only way if you give piece of that to that person, maybe much better than word. 100 words you use to try to describe that. Giving piece of that person will probably experience. Similar here, Nawa Pembe. So now, just tell yourself, be aware of your awareness. See what happens. Best way to be aware of your awareness is what kind of mindset I should have. You should not have expectations. You should not be worried about result, or not the best way to meditate. Should not think about the result. Should not worry about, something will happen, that might happen, maybe my friend will make fun of me, all kinds of worries. No worries, no expectation, just sit. Just guide yourself, be aware of your awareness, or focus space between thought, see what happens. At the beginning, it takes time. Beginning, it still looks like murky water. Then eventually, that meditation has potentials to become clear, still water. That's why meditation become like clear, still water. Mayo tambe chu. Mayo, yo means moving. Mayo means not moving, meaning still. Tang means clear. Chu means water. So that's what that meditation will lead you into, that kind of state, that you are water, your mental world become like, used to like murky water, now it's like clear water, clear, still water. Or something to look for, there's nothing to look for. Or something to analyze, no, there's nothing to analyze. Just be. Just be. Just be. Nothing to look for, nothing to analyze, nothing. Just be. So how I should look at that? How I should look at? See, like when the baby was born, after a few months, if you take the baby to the museum or temples, they see They see things. They see exactly the way it is. They don't make stories. They don't judge. No comments, nothing. They just see. We used to do like that, but now we forget. When we look, we have like opinions. We have a comment. Not just we write no short commentary. We write 100-book commentaries on object. We judge. That's why things get complicated. So that's exactly Puchung child. Hakang text they use temple because temple is very much decorated. Now you see so many colors. That's why they use temple as an example. Puchung Hakang Tashinsha means like place your attention on that awareness exactly like the way the child look at things in the temple. They just see as they are. They don't make story. They don't create story. They don't judge. They don't make comment. They don't have no opinions. Is that possible? Yeah, we did that. We forget. We forgot. We did that. All of us, we did that. We forgot. Now we don't know how to do. Yeah, we did that before. So, like exactly like that. So that is the most useful technique or method to help the beginner who never meditated or meditated here there a little bit. That. So there's the meditations when you are like, particularly if you're experiencing of the bombardment of thought, that's the best meditation you can do. Just tell yourself, be aware of the awareness. No expectation, no worry, they're tied in the past, no worry, they're tied in the present, no concern, they're tied in the future. Just be there. That's all, just be there. Nothing to look for, nothing to analyze, how to look, exactly the way child look at things in the temple, like that. No opinion, no commentaries, no stories, just see. That's all. How long? Should not be too long. Short, multiple. If you are never meditated, if you just start to meditate, that's the skillful way to do, short, multiple. When you become familiar, few, long. So that's how the meditation has been done thousands of years. Benefited many people. It will benefit us if we put some effort and that, okay? So then I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you, Marcelo, for translating people in Patagonia.
Please turn to page 246 in the Gold Prayer Book, and we'll read the dedication verses from Master Shantideva's Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Now, the long life prayers, first on page 244, the one for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And then 245 for Cancer Rinpoche Jetsun Losang Dialog. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age. The one with great patience received the name Avatare. The one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsokapa and Bliss and Void. Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition. Please remain until samsara ends. Then on the inside of the back cover, a prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losang father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings, through explanation and practice. You wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, a sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings, you suddenly depart for peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels, and the great weights of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam and glory for fortune disciples. And then on the inside front cover, prayer for the long life of Geshe-la. Supreme Guide, you lead us on the many paths of virtue. A shining sun, you give us the best of excellent explanations. Supreme virtue, you are constant our companion. Lama, who has renounced fame, may you ever remain. And then for Geshe Sampo, you who have steadfast imprints of virtuous qualities and keep the instructions of the glorious Guru in your heart. You who pass day and night with noble activities. Great virtuous friend, may you have a very long life. And then 7 Tara mantras for all beings. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Soha.
Gosh, if it's
Thank you.
okay, I have a couple of announcements real quick. Okay, so I wanted to announce the potluck. Is it a potluck or lunch provided on the 25th? Potluck, okay. So potluck on the 25th, Sunday after the teachings, and you don't have to bring anything. You can just show up, and everything we request to be vegetarian. Thank you. And it's not just a potluck, it's a social gathering as well, so we can all get to know each other and spend some time together. So please join us for that. Discovering Buddhism, the next module, which is establishing a daily practice, starts on Monday, the 26th. And that's a 6-week module of Discovering Buddhism here and online, starting at 7 o'clock. And then Friday, March 1st, is movie night. So doors open around 6:30, and then we'll start the movie around 7. And that movie coming up, is it Brilliant Moon? Yes, okay, excellent. Those are lots of fun, so please join us for that. And then don't forget, in March, we have 2 sand mandalas coming up. One will be here at the center, March 7th through the 10th. And this is a mandala of prosperity and peace. So join us for that. We will open, the opening ceremony will be Thursday, March 7th at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll close on Sunday, the 10th, with a puja and a closing ceremony and gather the sand and everything. So it's a very exciting time, lots and lots of energy around that. And then that very next weekend, we'll have another sand mandala offsite at Community United Church of Christ, which is just down the road on the corner of Dixie Trail and Wade Avenue. All are welcome to join on any of these things. So please check the calendar, and there's lots and lots going on, and join us for any or all of those things. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So one last thing, like there are like when you go outside the center, there's like prayer wheel. Prayer wheel is called prayer wheel. It's like this, but mounted on the wall. So there's stupa. So if you can go out there, turn the prayer wheel for world peace, your peace, world peace, peace in the community, peace in the country. So that benefits. How? I don't know. It benefits. Somehow it benefits. Energy you created, it benefits. Then there's a stupa filled with relics. If you go around, it purifies. So that's the why center builds it there for people who come to the center. I don't believe you get any benefit seeing me, but you do get some benefit. That's why I invite all this entire Buddha's teaching. Unfortunately, this is all in Tibetan. You cannot read. Just look, all of that. So I'm hoping when you face up, you see this all holy image, you get some positive imprint. So then stupa takes like 2 minutes. You just go around, it purifies so much. Then you can go for that, for world peace, peace in the community, peace in the country, peace in the family, in the friend, all of that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, thanks everyone online. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Linda.